What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and we are here with our UFC 257 prediction, McGregor vs Poirier. We've got a great card here, even good prelims, to be honest. I've decided to only cover the top 3 fights on this event, because if not, I'd be waffling on for ages. We've got some good names even in the prelims, like Khalil Roundtree. I'd like to spoke about his fight, but I don't want to make these videos too long. I just want to jump straight in with the things that people click on for, and that's mainly the co-main event and the main event. We're going to be covering the top 3, which is Jessica Rai versus Calderwood, Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler, and Dustin Poirier versus the notorious Conor McGregor. So I'm super psyched for this event. I think it's going to be wicked. I mean, especially the co-main event and main event are just insane. But anyways, we're going to jump straight into the Jessica Rai versus Joanna Calderwood fight. We've got 15-8 Jessica Rai against Calderwood. That is 14-4. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't like Jessica Rai. She makes me cringe. I fucking hate her. Well, not hate her. Hate's a strong word. She annoys the fuck out of me. I don't like her at all. I'm not a fan. In 2015-16, she lost 4 of her fights, and then went on a 3-fight losing streak to then lose to Valentina Shevchenko, which was a vicious head kick. I've just remembered how she lost. That was a nasty head kick. And she's most recently come off a loss to Cynthia Calvillo. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Just a decision loss, but it is what it is. Calderwood, however, is 3-3 in the last 6, most recently losing to Jennifer Maia by submission and armbar in the first round or something like that. This, in my opinion, is a fight that doesn't affect much. I think either of them, win or lose, a spectacular KO, submission, decision, whatever it may be, they're going to have to win at least 2 or 3 more fights before they get a shot at the title. So this fight doesn't affect too much. I think it's too high up in the card, in my opinion. But for me, I say Calderwood wins this one on points. Despite Jessica Rai having the experience, I don't think that plays into much, because it's experience in losing, not experiences in winning, really. So yeah, I say Calderwood wins this one on points. And then we move on to the first super fun fight, which is the co-main event. Dan Hooker at 20-9 against Michael Chandler 21-5, making his UFC debut. This is a super fun and exciting matchup. I like them both as people. They both seem cool from the clips we see online. Obviously, I don't train with either of them, and neither do most people that watch these videos. Or anyone I know trains with these guys, but they both seem like cool from the clips we've seen. Dan obviously has great stand-up and has fought some tough dudes like Felder and Dustin Poirier, of recent note anyways. And obviously, unfortunately, he lost to Dustin, but beat Paul Felder. But the Dustin fight was, I mean, was it Fight of the Year? Or was it Fight of the Year nomination? It was one of the two, and it was fantastic for sure. It was a fantastic fight. Chandler, however, was the Bellator champion, and he won it in a fantastic fight against Eddie Alvarez. If you haven't watched that fight, make sure you go back and check it out. He did go on to lose the rematch by decision, but he KO'd Alvarez in the 4th, I believe. It was a fantastic fight. I was so surprised to see him do so well. I thought Chandler was just going to wrestle fuck people to death, but his stand-up is pretty good. His stand-up is better than what people think. I think Dan still has the advantage there, but if it does go to the ground, I think Dan Hooker could definitely be in trouble, although he did say recently that, you know, how many people have we seen take him down, and how many people have we seen keep him down, which is a good point. I very rarely, in recent fights anyways, have seen him on his back. So if Chandler gets him down and Dan Hooker gets right back up, or he stuffs 4 or 5 takedowns, is that going to hurt Chandler's mental state? Is he going to start to feel a bit discouraged? Maybe Hooker's best bet is to just deny takedowns and then discourage Chandler and then go for the attack. Obviously, this fight is predicted to go one of 2 ways. Hooker knocks him out on the feet, or Chandler submits or TKOs him on the ground. Dan is obviously 3-1 in his last 4 after a recent loss to Dustin. Chandler, however, is 5-1 in his last 6, although he has been KO'd 3 times. That could be an issue against someone like Hooker. And 2 of them were in the first round, 1 of them was in the 5th. So, you know, he says he's got a tough chin, but being KO'd 3 times and twice in the first doesn't scream to me tough chin. Yeah, he's good, he's durable, but being KO'd twice in the first round in 2 different fights doesn't scream granite chin to me. This is a super tough one to choose between. Like I said, I like them both. I think a lot of people are saying Chandler. I think it's just because the UFC debut hype. You know, he's coming from Bellator, the former champion. I think people are expecting a lot out of him. But I am going to put my prediction right on the line like I always do, and I'm going with Dan Hooker by TKO in the 3rd round. I think he wears him down. I think he ties him out, and I think he KOs him. I'm going to say it right now. I won't be surprised if Chandler ends up winning this fight, or Dan Hooker wins on decision, or Chandler wins on points, or Chandler KOs him in the first, second, or third round. I won't be surprised. This fight could go either way, but the whole point of this what I do is I make a bold prediction. I don't just go, it could go either way, so I'm going to say it goes either way. I'm here making a prediction. No matter how wrong it is, at least you guys know what my prediction is, and at least you guys have the balls to comment as well your predictions, whether you're right or wrong. Like I said, Dan Hooker, TKO or KO in the third round of the fight. And we move on to the main event. Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Conor McGregor, the notorious one. This is just a wicked fight. I am a fan of Conor McGregor. I don't want to be a bandwagon fan. I never have wanted to be. I genuinely did watch his UFC debut. I genuinely was told about him in like 2013. 2012, I think, actually. I think it was told about in 2012 when he was still in Cage Warriors. I think one of my friends mentioned it to me. Since then, I've been interested in him, and he is just, watching him fight is just beautiful. It is a thing of beauty. Dustin Poirier comes into this fight with a record 26-6, and Conor McGregor comes in with 22-4. I love both these fighters. Like I said, this is a really hard fight to predict, and I'll get into that later in the video. And the reason that you probably might be confused why I've said it's really hard to pick is because social media is so flooded with McGregor going to finish him in the first 4 seconds, which is just not going to happen. I'm going to get it out there right away by saying both of these fighters could realistically end the fight at any point. Yes, McGregor does have that left hand. Yes, he does have a good chin from what we've seen. But that doesn't mean Dustin couldn't throw a head kick and bounce the shin off his head and put Conor out cold. That's not out the realm of possibility. Do I think that's going to happen? No, but it could happen. Dustin, however, is 5-1 in his last 6 with wins over Hooker, Max, Eddie, Justin and Pettis, which is just insane. That's such an insane resume. I mean, that is Hall of Fame resume, but he's only lost in that 6 fights coming to Khabib, which is obviously going to happen because it is Khabib. Dustin has fought more recently in June of 2020. McGregor, however, has only fought in January of 2020 and is 4-2 in his last 6. With losses coming to both Khabib and Diaz. The Diaz fight obviously was rectified and he did win the rematch. But obviously in them last 6 fights, the way I'm supposed to look at it is Dustin in his last 6 went Hooker, Max, Eddie, Justin, Pettis in reverse order and ended up winning the interim title and then losing to Khabib. Whereas Conor in his last 6 ended up winning the featherweight title, winning the lightweight title, having a 2-fight battle with Diaz and fighting Floyd Mayweather in between those 6 fights. Obviously that doesn't count. We haven't counted that as one of his 6 fights because that was in boxing, not in the cage. So obviously he did become double champ within those 6 fight span he had. In my opinion, McGregor looks at his physical best. He looks fucking fantastic and he looks like a beast when you see him train. I think this is probably the best McGregor we have ever seen, personally, at 155, where he's much healthier than he was at 145. And, I mean, the Cowboy fight showed a lot. Yeah, Cowboy does freeze under the big light sometimes, but that was still really quick and really brutal. I do like Dustin, but I do believe that left hand that McGregor has, that precision, that accuracy, the power, the timing, is all going to be too much for him. And the main reason I go for that is not just that Dustin will get hit by it or that Conor has that power, is the fact that I think the flaw lays a bit more on Dustin here, is that he got hit way too much against Dan Hooker. That was a great fight. It was fight of the year. Fantastic fight. But if you get hit that much against Conor McGregor, you're not going to have the chance to get hit that much because you're going to go to sleep. That being said, I'm going to go with the obvious answer, even though I was disputing at the start, which is I think Conor McGregor wins by KO or TKO in the second round. Yes, McGregor has said, Mystic Mac has come out and said he will put him away in 60 seconds. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't want to count Dustin out. I don't think it will be as easy as their first fight, but the outcome will be pretty much the same except a round later. I believe Conor will put him away in the second round. It's not out of the realm of possibility that Dustin finishes him, or Dustin beats him on points, or Dustin takes him down and makes him tap. That is all very possible. Dustin could be getting pieced up, panic, take him down, win by submission. It will be what people want, but it doesn't matter when you're fighting another human. It doesn't matter. I don't believe that he will take him down because I think it's ego when you fight McGregor. Other than Khabib, obviously, I think a lot of people's ego gets the best of them and they want to stand with McGregor and they want to trade with him, and it's not a good idea. Assuming they both stay standing like Dustin does in most of his fights, I definitely see it coming out this way. McGregor finished him in the second round. Dustin could definitely win. But I don't think he will, unfortunately. I do like Dustin a lot, but I think McGregor is often too much for most people, and I think he'll be too much for Dustin. Dustin has felt the power, and I think that's going to affect him mentally a little bit already. That, you know, yeah, he might have been on a team, might be a different fighter, but he still got caught once or twice in that fight, and it was over. And he knows what that power's like, and now he knows what that, now he's going to experience that power with an extra 10 pounds on, you know, with the experience that he's got of the boxing and, you know, the recent Cowboy fight, and obviously they've both fought Khabib, and, you know, he had them brawls with Diaz, so it shows that he's not, McGregor's not going to break against Dustin. It's going to be a great fight, but I'm going to solidify my answer right now with Conor McGregor wins second round KO or TKO with this fight. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm really interested to hear what everyone thinks is going to happen for the co-main event and the main event. Feel free to throw your ideas out there as crazy as possible, even if you think Conor McGregor wins by submission in the 5th, or you think Dustin Poirier KOs him in 15 seconds. Let me know your predictions. I'm really interested. Especially the Chandler and Hooker fight. I'm really interested to see what people think on that. I haven't known too much about that because obviously the main event is clouding it so much because it's such a huge fight because McGregor is back. But it's going to be super cool. Really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Subscribe down below. Don't forget to comment your predictions, guys. I really want to see. I'll be sure to reply to everyone if I can. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.